Well, hi, you guys. My name is Vanessa, and for the next couple of sessions, we are going to be focusing on strategic selling. And I am super excited for my topic this week. I get to talk to you guys about finding your fire or refinding your fire and blocking out the noise. So I have come up with my top 3 tips and tricks in both categories, and I'm really praying that you guys find this helpful, and maybe some of this resonates with you. This business, if you guys have been if you've been a distributor with Senegens for any period of time, you know that this business it's cyclical. Not every month, not every year is going to look exactly the same. And if you are somebody like myself, you are numbers driven, you are recognition driven, you are success driven, and you have a tendency to compare yourself to yourself, maybe in a previous month or year, or to others, finding that you are stuck in a rut happens often, and more often than I would like to say, or that I would like to admit. So I'm hoping that some of these tips and tricks, maybe it's something new, maybe these are just great reminders. This is going to be a very quick training, because I think that they're all going to be relatively self-explanatory. But of course, if you guys have questions, please ask me. A little bit about me, for those of you who don't know me, I have been a distributor with Senegens for, at this point, over 6 years. So I joined in April of 2017. Right before I got married, I was working 3 other jobs, all part-time. I am currently doing Senegens. I have a 2.5-year-old son. I am due with my second son in 3 weeks, and I am working 1 job full-time. So the excuses, you guys, are prevalent, and it is so easy to want to sit back and just go on autopilot. And that doesn't work with this business. There are times, if you have strategic systems in place, and we will be talking a little bit more about that as the weeks progress in this exact same series, so I won't get on that. But if you have systems in place, you can go on autopilot occasionally, and you should take breaks. But in those moments where you really need to revamp your business and you really need to get passionate about your business again, how do you do that? Okay, so my number 1 tip for finding your fire: find your why, establish your why, and remind yourself of it often. And you guys, in this business, in my 6.5 years with Senegens, my why has changed about 12.5 times. This business has always met me where I was at. And I get emotional talking about this, but I started this business working a ton of jobs. This business then met me in 2020 when I was laid off 6 months pregnant, and I got the opportunity to work this business full time, and I saw what was possible. And that was my most successful year yet. I am at this stage, again, mentioning that I am working full time. I am a mom of almost 2. Again, that's where Senegens is meeting me right now. That's how I am working my business. But Senegens will always meet you where you're at. So it's okay. Revisit your why. And if it needs to change, that's okay, sis. Revisit your why. Change it if you need to. And I recommend posting it. Okay? I recommend posting it. And I came up with this little phrase, and maybe I heard it somewhere, but I think I made this up. But your why needs to be bigger than your won't. Or your why needs to be bigger than your worry. Always. And if it doesn't, that's your sign that you need to revisit it and see what's going on. And if you have an accountability partner or a running partner, which is why this group is titled what it is, these trainings are titled what they are, it's so helpful. Run things by somebody else. You don't have to do this business alone. It is your business, but having an accountability partner or a running buddy has been a game changer for me. So I wrote down notes because I can squirrel. Remember, okay, so know what your why is. My why is because I want to create time and space, freedom, to be with my kids and my husband. I want my family to have more than what my full-time job of 16 plus years can offer. And I'm in it for the long haul, for the journey. And it means that I have to constantly be creative or get with a running buddy and collaborate together, but figure out what will work in this season. Remember what excites you and focus on that. That's my number 2. Know that if it excites you, your excitement is going to come across when you're talking to your customers, and finding ways to get my customers excited, which is a lot easier if you're excited. Okay, finding ways to make them excited about something that's easy, something that's quick, something that's simple, something that makes them feel good, I'm also passionate about. So I focus on that when I'm talking to my VIPs. So you don't have to post about everything. And I think that a lot of the time is what gets my momentum. I find this dip because really, I said it before, the excuses are prevalent. And if there's too much going on and I cannot focus on one thing, I just don't post. And that's not okay either. So focus on what gets you excited and start sharing from that position of being passionate. Also, stop comparing yourself to yourself or to others in this business. I have learned, and my husband had to tell me, I cannot compare my success this year to my success in 2020, 2021, where I was working this business full time. I just can't. It's not realistic. And I hope to be able to do that again because I have seen what is possible. But that's not where I'm at right now. And that has to be okay. So again, if you're in a slump, those are the 3 things that I recommend doing or revisiting to see what is possible to turn your business around. And it's really turning your mindset around, right? Your business is still there. Your customers are still there. And remember that they're not going to see everything that you are posting. So don't take it personally when you don't get the comments or the likes. Keep trying stuff. Focus on what you're excited about. Okay, so additionally, if excuses are prevalent, finding ways to block out the noise is really difficult. So here are my top 3 tips for blocking out the noise. Create space. And I'm coming to you. We just moved. I finally have an office space. And I'm probably going to get emotional about this too. I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with my husband and my 2-year-old for his entire life. I quickly lost my business space, my place where I went live, my place to sit down and be creative and brainstorm, gone. I would have to go and park my booty at a coffee shop sometimes just to be able to focus. So create space. And I know that space it's a luxury to have it in your home. And I didn't have it for a very, very long time. But I also didn't have it for part of my most successful point in my business. So it's not a game changer, but you need to find a place where you can create space. So create space, carve out the time. Again, in another trainings this month, we'll talk about time blocking and using calendars and how do you set that space, but you need to carve out space, and that time space needs to be non-negotiable. And number 3 is communicate with your family or whoever you're living with and say, this is my space, this is my time, this is what I need you to support me and be on board, and just find a way to shut the door physically or mentally or emotionally, shut the door and block everything out. But that comes with communicating what your needs are. So if you're somebody like me, again, that your list of excuses can be really long. Your ability to get distracted is super high. Is focus on things that you know that work. And you guys, if in all of this you're still like, I don't know what to post, go back and revisit. I don't want to talk about this a lot, but go back and revisit things that worked in years past, or get with a buddy and collaborate and come up with a plan. But have a plan and work the plan. But remember your why, and you need to have space that is for you. It's not selfish. If this business means what it does to you, to me, to you, I hope you know what I mean. But if it means that to you, it is that important, right? To continue to chase after and pursue your why, but create the space in order for you to be able to do that. It is not selfish. So find your non-negotiables. Your why should be your non-negotiable, and revisit it when you need to. But also having that space, time and physical space, is not selfish, and you need that to be able to work your business for you and for your family. All right, you guys, I hope that you found this helpful. I'm super honored to get to be here and training with you for the next this next portion of our trainings. But please feel free to ask me questions, and I will get back to you when I can.